This brief video is an introduction to the 5 skill sets, what they are, why they are important, and our vision for the future. It all started in 2002 when CRS joined SEAT to study approaches for linking vulnerable smallholder farmers to markets. As part of this process, CRS and SEAT undertook a study tour. The purpose was to identify characteristics of successful groups. The team interviewed 40 groups, 1,000 members on 3 continents. They observed universally that groups were seeking a combination of 5 key skill sets. The study was completed in 2006, and CRS published a field guide the following year. 2 more partnerships began in 2008. Cornell University began teaching a graduate class on this subject, and students partnered with CRS in the field to test and improve the training modules. CRS also began a partnership with NetHope, a consortium of NGOs and ICT companies who have provided computers, software, and support for training and data collection in the field. The following year, training modules and data gathering forms were adapted and loaded to ruggedized computers. The system was tested in the field. Also, in 2009, our work was recognized by 2 scientific publications. The study was published in the International Journal of Agricultural Sustainability, and also as a chapter in a book published by the African Soil Fertility Network. Development of the training modules and implementation is continuing in Africa, India, and South America. Jeff Heinrich will talk about each of the skill sets that was identified in the study in a bit more detail.
A detailed rationale for why multiple skill sets are important is provided in the publications, but probably the easiest way to think about it is to ask yourself what skills you might need if you were to start an agriculture-based business. You'll quickly see that there are a wide range of skill sets that are needed. The first skill set was group organization and management. We're talking here about small groups of 20 to 25 people. If they're going to stay together and manage themselves effectively over time, they need to adhere to the principles of good self-governance, and they need to be able to set and achieve common objectives. A second set of skills was savings and financial management. These are absolutely vital for individuals and groups to successfully move out of poverty. What we're talking about here is that individuals within a group contribute small amounts on a regular basis to a group savings fund. And when that fund is sufficiently large, they start making small loans to individuals within the group. The poor face adversity every day. In an emergency, for example, when a child is sick, they either need to get money on credit or they need to sell their assets, their chickens and their goats. Obviously, if they regularly have to sell their assets, they can never accumulate assets to move out of poverty. So access to savings and credit provides an absolutely vital buffer. And while they're savings and managing their funds within these groups, they're also learning a lot about other important financial skills. Basic business and marketing skills are obviously important if people are going to engage effectively with markets. What we're talking about here is that in addition to basic numeracy and bookkeeping skills, group members need to be able to identify what are real and authentic market opportunities within their area. And then they need to understand the value chains associated with those commodities in order to understand the best entry points for them and their group. A fourth skill set was technology and innovation. As soon as groups become involved in business, they understand that they need to access and apply new technology. The reason for this is that they immediately need to improve their productivity, their profitability, and often their product quality in order to stay competitive. What they really need to know within this skill set is where they can access the relevant information within their communities, how to systematically evaluate that technology, decide what's most relevant in their system, and then how to apply those innovations within their system to achieve the results that they want. One thing to consider within this process is the potential power of the internet. The fifth skill set involved natural resource management. Everyone is aware that natural resources are disappearing very rapidly, especially in the rural areas of the developing world. Forests and trees, water resources, soil and soil fertility are all in rapid decline, and when they are gone, so are the potential livelihoods of rural populations. Rural communities have a great need to understand the principles and methods for protecting the productivity of their existing resources, and even better, to enhance the productivity of the resources that are available to them. When they understand the principles of natural resource management and the options that are available, they can work with those to design their own systems. Often, the potential to improve livelihoods in this way is enormous.
Our vision is that at a country program level, there will be vast networks of empowered groups who are managing their own development and simultaneously accessing information and communication technology. CRS and our partners will provide knowledge and information on a range of subjects, such as health and well-being and financial growth. The groups utilize this information and move steadily toward economic well-being and food security. We want to make our training modules widely available to PBOs, extension agents, and governments. These could also be added to school curricula so that children in rural areas would grow up with a well-rounded set of life skills, enabling them to have healthy and productive lives.